Thank you to my gold FLUFFBUTT patron, BLUESKY, for commissioning this video. Consider donating to my Patreon page if you want to request a video too. Cheers! Path to Peace, an MLP G5 fanfiction, sequel to In the Dark of the Night. Written by FlameWarrior.2. Chapter 7. Return to the Sky. Freedom. It is something that every pony desires. The exact definition of freedom differs from pony to pony. For Zipp, nothing says freedom like flying high in the sky, unrestricted by the troubles on the ground. And for nearly a month, she had been without that freedom due to her wings being clipped. Yeah, well, can you blame her? She's been having some serious mental troubles lately. But now, as the feathers started to grow back, Zipp began to think about something important. What was she going to do when she regained that freedom? Oh boy, this is definitely going to be interesting. So, now that her wings are probably back, what is she going to do? Resort back to her evil ways? Zipp was currently at a wing physician's office getting her wings examined, more specifically her flight feathers and if she was ready to use them for flight again. Letting some pony else, especially a stranger, touch her wings made Zipp uncomfortable, but she knew that the easier she complied, the sooner she would be out of there. After a few minutes of measurements, the physician gave their diagnosis. Well, Zipp, it seems your flight feathers have fully recovered. Yay! That's my girl. I'd say you should be back in the air by first thing tomorrow. That's great news, Zipp said as she left the room. Her friends were all waiting in the lobby, all anxious to know if this was the day or not. When they saw the white Pegasus enter, they immediately got up from their chairs and approached her. "Well, don't keep us waiting, sis. What they say?" Pip eagerly asked. Zipp gave her a soft smile. "I should be flying by tomorrow," she told her sister and friends. This made her friends cheer in excitement. "Oh, Zipp, I'm so happy for you," Sunny said enthusiastically. "You'll be finally flying again. This calls for a celebration," Izzy proclaimed. "Of course a party would take too long to plan out before tomorrow, and I don't have the skills to conjure one up that fast." She started rambling before Zipp stopped her. "I don't think that will be necessary, Izzy," the Pegasus told her unicorn friend. "It's just going to be me flying again. Something that you might never been able to do again if you hadn't been working hard and healing yourself," Hitch pointed out as the group started for the door. "So I'd say there's still something to celebrate, even if it's something small with just the 6 of us." "Oh really, Hitch? Don't you want to give Zipp a little celebration of your own? Spend some time together? You are a couple in this fic, so stick to it." "Hitch is right," Pip agreed as they exited the building. "Look how far you've come, sis. It feels like just yesterday when you were afraid of yourself. Now you'll once again be back in the sky, soaring like never before," the pink Pegasus said as she did some small tricks of her own for emphasis. I can imagine Pip doing some backflips and some twirls in the sky just to show off her elegance. "Yeah, that will be nice," Zipp said with a small smile as she looked up at the sky. The sky. The big, blue, endless sky. Up there, she'd have complete freedom to do whatever she wanted. She could do loops, nosedives, go as fast as she could. The possibilities were endless. Endless possibilities. If you've played Sonic Unleashed, you know what I'm referencing. "The Queen of the Skies will finally reclaim her throne." Oh, no, you shouldn't really say that, Izzy, because that's just going to snap the feelings back into Zipp, Izzy exclaimed, snapping Zipp out of her thoughts. "Queen of the Skies?" She repeated what Izzy said in confusion. "Yeah, Queen of the Skies. I figured since you're the best flyer in Equestria, that could be a nickname of yours." "Bad nickname. No, this is a bad timing for this, Izzy. This is all your fault," Izzy explained. I like it, Pip said. Gives off a sense of regality that mimics your flying style. Powerful, yet majestic. And if all your wins in the Pegasus Marathon are anything to go by, I'd say calling you Equestria's best flyer wouldn't be too much of a stress, Hitch said as Sparky cooed in agreement. Oh, Mama! Equestria's best flyer, Pip thought as she looked up at the sky again. Her friends were right. All her years of training in her secret hideaway and the mountains gave her a huge advantage when flight was restored to the Pegasi. Such a large lead that it had to be her to start up a system that would teach the others to how to fly properly. It was her that was teaching Sunny how to fly in her alicorn form above all other Pegasi. Well, she did have that flight school in the beginning of Tell Your Tale, and when she helped Sunny in Mission Imponiball. Queen of the Skies. That was an appropriate name for her, but Zipp knew she could be more than that. She would soon be Queen of Zephyr Heights, and if she married Hitch, possibly also Queen of Maritime Bay. Like, imagine that. Zipp being the queen of 2 different countries. Like, nah, that's not gonna happen. The question was how to ensure Bridlewood would follow suit. Oh no, snap out of those thoughts, Zipp. Zipp came to a sudden stop as she realized what she was thinking. She was doing it again, thinking about taking over Equestria. This made her freak out as her eyes darted around frantically as searching for someone that was planning on ambushing her. And when she looked in a window, she found them as she didn't see her own reflection. She saw her, that corrupted side of herself from before, looking at her with an evil smile, seemingly pleased at the direction the princess's thoughts were taking her. No! Zipp internally pleaded as she shook her head. God, I don't want to mess up my own hair. Okay, Zipp, calm the hell down. Hoping she was seeing things wrong. When she opened her eyes, her reflection matched her own face again. Breathing a quick sigh of relief, the Pegasus quickly rejoined her friends before they noticed she was lagging behind. She needed them with her more than ever to keep such thoughts away. So, Zipp, Sunny began to ask, getting Zipp's full and welcome attention. What do you say you and I have another sky race tomorrow? You know, a little warm-up that'll get you back into the swing of things more quickly, she suggested. That was not the kind of thing Zipp wanted to be thinking about right now. Still, it would be rude to not give her some sort of reply, so with a forced smile, obviously not forced, she answered, "Sure, that sounds like fun." Pip squealed in excitement. Oh, I'm gonna be live streaming that! The Zipsters will be thrilled! Pip! Zipp groaned. I thought I told you not to make Zipsters a thing! She scolded her little sister. I didn't! Pip retorted, sounding like a young filly getting scolded for something they did repeatedly. It's just that the ponies have been asking about you ever since they noticed your wings were clipped. This got Zipp alarmed, as she didn't want a bunch of strangers knowing about her recent troubles. Well, it was bound to get out into the open soon enough, Zipp. There would be some eyes rolling about. And what did you tell them? She asked, afraid of the answer. Relax! All I told them was that you were in a flying accident and that your wings would grow back soon, Pip assured her sister. If I didn't tell Mum, I certainly wouldn't be telling the Pipsqueaks anything without your approval. Zipp smiled genuinely this time. Thanks, sis, she said before looking up at the sky again. Believing he knew what she was thinking, Hitch moved over to Zipp and gently nuzzled her. Don't worry, honey. It'll be tomorrow before you know it. It will, won't it? Zipp replied, once again now forcing her smile to stay up. Well, you gotta keep yourself a positive attitude, Zipp. Gotta keep those bad thoughts away. Don't let that bad reflection define you. As night fell and ponies began to fall asleep, Zipp found herself lying awake in her bed. Despite her best efforts, she just couldn't sleep. She kept looking at her phone's clock, seeing the time get closer and closer to the next morning. And the more she did that, the less tired she got. It may have only been for a few seconds, but the sudden return of her corrupted thoughts scared the Pegasus mare. Actually, saying it was for a few seconds was a lie. This has been bothering her for the past week now. The whole reason she clipped her wings in the first place was because her magic came from her wings, her talent in flying. Why else did she have a lightning bolt as part of her cutie mark, if not for her skills of flight like no pony else? Without the ability to fly, she had no magic. She didn't have unicorn levitation or earth pony plant powers. She was powerless to start anything, and smart enough to know that. Yeah, I still remember the trauma that came out of those first few chapters. Oh god, they did wrench my heart. I feel so bad for Zipp. But now, with those powers returning, so did the unwelcome imagery that came any time she tried to sleep or was alone. She would see herself flying high over the other ponies, even the Pegasi, only to swoop down and take them out one by one. Her mother's royal guards, Zipp and Thunder, yeah, I know them, would try and stop her, to outmaneuver her, but they were not even worth calling an attempt at a challenge. She sent them all falling and crashing like rocks onto the hard ground. Then, when her friends tried to stop her, that was when she wished she had woken up sooner, because every time they tried to stop her, they failed. She was too fast for Izzy to focus her magic and hold her in place, or for Pip to catch her, or for Hitch to restrain her, or even for Sunny to blast her with alicorn magic. And with her equipped with the weapons from the nightmare that made her almost run away again, she always got a front row seat as she watched herself put down her friends for good. No matter how many times she internally screamed and begged herself to wake up, only for the nightmare to silence her until the scene was finished. Oh, I really love that paragraph there. It was so descriptive and really colourful and vibrant of her nightmares. Gosh, if this was like part of a movie, this would scare me. Her friends didn't notice her struggles. She had gotten better at hiding her problems from them. They already were doing so much for her, and seeing how happy they were when she told them she would be flying again, she didn't want to let them all down by telling them that she was against the idea. So far, they didn't know anything, and as long as they kept quiet... Zipp shook her head as the possible scheme forming died out. Maybe some water will help me sleep. Oh, thank you very much for mentioning that, Zipp, because I've got myself a drink here and I do need it. She told herself as she got out of bed and walked down to the kitchen to get a drink. She poured herself a glass and was about to take a sip when she looked at her reflection. There she was again, looking directly at her, smiling. Zipp panicked and dropped her glass on the floor. Well, I'm definitely not doing that because this desk is valuable, thank you, Zipp. Shattering it and spilling water everywhere, but she was less worried about the mess and more about the fact that reflected in every droplet, every piece of glass, was her evil self looking directly at her. No, 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 no! Zipp pleaded aloud and prayed that she had fallen asleep and that this was all another nightmare. She continuously kept on kicking herself, but the location didn't change. This was all real. To make matters worse, when she looked out at the kitchen window, she was there now too. No! Zipp shouted as she now went into full panic mode. Everywhere she looked, her corrupted self was there, not just in reflections anymore. She was looking down at her from the stairwell, from outside, through the TV, every corner she stood there, now laughing at no doubt the pathetic show being put on in front of her. Christ almighty, this scene is so saturated with its descriptions that I can visually imagine it right in front of me. I wouldn't want to watch this film. Zipp looked anywhere for a possible escape, but with her evil self outside, running away wasn't an option this time. The only place that she didn't seem to see her was near the bathroom door. Seeing her sanctuary, Zipp quickly bolted for the bathroom and slammed the door shut. Believing she had finally found safety and peace, she allowed herself to rest against the door and slumped to the floor in slight relief. Oh boy, if I I know my cliches. Let me guess. The evil self is probably in the bathtub or in the bathroom mirror. In this moment of silence, Zipp took the moment to repeat the mantras Zipp taught her for situations like this. I'm stronger than you. I am not the same pony as you. I am above you. I am above you! Oh, you will soon be finding yourself above every pony else, alright? Another voice told the white Pegasus. Zipp immediately shot up from her sitting position and searched the dark room frantically. Wait, she didn't even turn on the light when she got in there? Who's there? She demanded out of them, trying and failing to sound brave. The Pegasus went for the light switch and turned on the lights in the room, and was greeted with her evil self laughing at her in the mirror. Yep, I knew it would be in the mirror. No, no, no! Zipp pleaded as closed. Oh god, writer, I think you forgot a word there. As she closed. Zipp pleaded as she closed her eyes and covered her ears while began to reciting the mantras again. I am stronger than you. I'm not the same pony as you. I'm not going to be like you. Her mirror self laughed mockingly. Oh, stop deluding yourself. Her evil laughs and words passed easily through Zipp's attempts to block them out. With your wings having returned, it's time to accept your destiny as queen. There's no other choice. Zipp opened her eyes and took in what her evil self said. My wings. She looked at them and remembered the whole reason she got rid of that ability in the first place. She was so vulnerable without her wings that if her friends hadn't found her, she would have died in that cave. Well, luckily this time she's inside the Bright House, so please don't do anything inevitable again. She knew what she had to do. Jumping to the nearest drawer, she opened it and searched frantically before peering out. Oh no. Is she gonna do it again? Don't you dare, Zipp! She opened it and searched frantically before pulling out a pair of scissors. With them in hoof, she looked up defiantly at her mirror self. You say I have no choice? Well, I do have a choice, and it's this! She yelled as she aimed the scissors at her feathers. Despite the current situation, all the evil Zipp did was laugh. Foolish pony. All that will do is delay the inevitable. Oh, don't you fucking dare start taking the words out of my mouth, evil Zipp. I don't love you. Your feathers will grow back, and when they do... Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Zipp screamed at herself. I'll do this as many times as I have to. I'll even cut off... Bloody hell. Zipp, babe, just go into the cabinet, take out a chill pill, and take one. Please, for your own sanity. She said as she prepared to snip the scissors down. I'm stronger than you. I'm above you. I'll never be you. Zipp! The door swung open and Zipp froze in place. Slowly turning her head, she saw Pip standing in the entryway with a horrified look on her face. Stay back! Zipp warned her sister, still holding the scissors next to her feathers. Pip took her sister's warning seriously, but still attempted to reason with her. Zipp! I mean it! Zipp cautioned as she shakily held the scissors. One step! Now come off! Zipp! Put the scissors down and let's talk, Pip gently requested as she looked like she was about to take a step forward. I'm serious, Pip! I'll do it! Zipp, please, tell me what's wrong! Zipp's composure lost the fight and she dropped the scissors. Thank you, bloody hell. I was on the edge internally. Okay, I can relax a little bit. She dropped the scissors before crying into her hooves. Pip took the opportunity and was immediately at her sister's side, pulling her into a massive hug. Shush! The youngest sister cooed. It's alright, Zipp. I'm here now. I'm so messed up! Zipp choked out. I keep hearing her... me... telling me to embrace it. I tried to shut her up. She sniffled before burying her face into Zipp's mane and sobs. Is Pip going to take offense with tears in her mane now? But this is not the time, yeah. I'm so pathetic. Shh. Pip comforted her sister, making sure Zipp knew that she wasn't alone anymore. Sunny and Izzy stood in the doorway. They, along with Pip, were awoken by all the commotion Zipp was causing and followed her downstairs to make sure the white Pegasus was safe and unharmed. What they were seeing broke their hearts, and they didn't hesitate to join Pip in comforting their friend. Zipp felt them join in the embrace and said through her tears, "I'm sorry I let you all down. I know you all wanted me to be flying again, but I can't." Her friends said nothing and just continued comforting her. They all stayed that way until Zipp eventually cried herself to sleep. Once they were sure the older Pegasus sister was deeply asleep, they gently put her on Pip's back and helped the younger sister carry her back to the bedroom. Oh, that's just so sweet and beautiful. Oh, I really love that. Just let Zipp tire herself out so she can actually get some sleep. That works. On the way back upstairs, Izzy spoke up. "This is all my fault." Thank you very much for admitting that, Izzy. Yeah, this is all your fault when you gave her that damn nickname. Oh, God. Yeah, good that you're taking accountability, she said sadly. "If I hadn't given her that Queen of the Skies nickname, she wouldn't have." "No, Izzy. I'm the one that was pushing her to fly again," Pip assured her friend. "We all played a part in pushing Zipp back into the sky without thinking she might not have been ready for it," Sunny told them both. "What we need to do now is help her get that confidence she had when flying back." "How?" Pip asked as they reached the bedroom and placed Zipp into her bed before her sister joined her, allowing herself to be nuzzled into like a body pillow. Aw, that's gorgeous again. You know what? Pip can be just like a life-size plushie to Zipp. "I'm not sure therapy and inspiring words will be enough this time. I think I have one idea that could work." "Oh, really? Could you, Izzy? After what you have done today with the username? I highly doubt." "What do you think?" she asked afterwards. "It's risky. Zipp might not go along with it. It might even scare her," Pip warned. "But it is her best chance," Sunny said, to which Pip nodded in agreement. "I'll stay here with Zipp. You two start first thing in the morning," Pip told her friends before she remembered something else. "Oh, make sure to tell Hitch before that. I'll need him and Sparky with me to comfort Zipp when she wakes up." "You got it, Pepperoni," Izzy said before all three mares touched hoofs. "For Zipp," Pip said. "For Zipp," Izzy and oh god, that's just so cute. Oh, they're all in this together, and you know they did the mantra in the hoof there, hoof to heart. What is Izzy's plan right now? Well, I guess we're about to find out. It was late morning when Zipp finally woke up. When she did, the first thing she noticed was that she was holding something or some pony. After yawning, she opened her eyes and saw Pip's gentle smile greeting her. "Morning, Zipp," she said to her big sister. "Pip?" Zipp asked before she felt a hoof on her shoulder. Looking up, she saw Hitch smiling down at her. "Hitch?" "Morning, Zipp," Hitch greeted his mare friend before Sparky jumped off his father's back and went and hugged his mother. Oh my god, it's so... I am just fangirling inside here. Just the first thing, or technically second thing that Zipp sees when waking up is Sparky and Hitch. That's what I love. "Morning to you, kiddo." Zipp greeted the baby dragon with a small laugh before she lifted her head up to look at both her sister and cult friend. "What's going on?" Pip and Hitch shared an unsure look with each other. They seemed to be silently debating something before Pip was the one to ask. "Zipp, do you remember last night?" "Last night?" Zipp asked. "What happened last—" She paused as the memories came back to her like a flash flood. When the flashback finished, she looked down in shame. "I'm sorry, you two," she apologized. "Oh, Zipp," Pip said sadly as she hugged her sister. "Zipp," Hitch said softly as he gently rubbed her wings to calm her down. "How long has this fear been bothering you?" he asked her. I have a feeling it didn't all just start yesterday. Zipp didn't say anything for a while. She just nodded to confirm Hitch's guess was right, before she found the courage to speak up. Well, you know, that's her element, so she's already making movements by opening up to her friends. I'd say it's been bothering me for over a week now, she confessed. Pip was surprised to hear this, so was Hitch, even if he somewhat expected it.
And why didn't you tell us anything?
Pip asked. Zipp looked down at Sparky in her hoofs, the dragon's innocent eyes giving her some comfort before she continued.
You all just seemed to be so excited for me to be flying again. I didn't want to let you all down by saying I'd rather remain grounded. Without my wings, I can't do any magic, and it seemed that was keeping the dark thoughts away. But once the feathers started to grow back, so did they.
The white Pegasus sniffled as she seemed like she was about to cry again.
I tried to fight back, to tell myself I was stronger than this, but it seems I was wrong, and I just let you all down anyway. Zipp,
Pip said softly as she tightened her hug around her, and Hitch joined in.
You didn't let us all down. You don't have to feel sorry for anything. If anyone should apologize, it's us,
she said as she looked down guiltily.
Huh?
Zipp said in confusion. We were so excited about you flying again. We didn't think to ask you about what you wanted. Oh god, is this like another Zipp's Yes Day scenario? Because they didn't ask what Zipp wanted. Instead, she wanted to do what they wanted. Oh, yeah, you definitely should be sorry, guys. None of this, this has all started with Izzy. This is all your fucking fault. I hate you in this chapter. We essentially put you in the spotlight without any preparation and made you think you didn't have a choice to say no.
Pip, Hitch,
Zipp said softly in response to their apologies. But you should know that you never have to hide these things from us, Zipp, Hitch assured her. We've already gone through so much together. If you feel something is troubling you, don't be afraid to tell us.
We won't think any less of you for it,
Pip chimed in.
You're still the coolest big sister in the world to me, and I mean that.
You guys, Zipp smiled at their words. They all stayed like that for a while until Pip spoke up.
Listen, there's something in the living room that Sunny and Izzy have been working on for you. You don't have to accept it, but we still think you should at least see and possibly try it out.
What is it? Zipp asked as they got out of her bed.
It's a surprise,
Pip told her as she led the way downstairs, with Zipp, Hitch and Sparky following close behind. Oh god, what on earth has Izzy conjured up now? You better not make me hate Izzy more, writer, because I mean it. When they reached the living room, they were greeted by Sunny and Izzy running over to them.
Zipp!
Sunny greeted her friend happily.
How are you feeling?
Izzy asked. Better than I was last night, Zipp told them with a small smile, attempting to make a joke. Despite this, the two mares still looked rather guilty.
Zipp, I'm sorry for making you think that you had to fly right now,
Sunny apologized.
And I'm sorry for giving you that nickname. I should have remembered being a queen is what made you get upset in the first place.
Izzy also apologized.
It's fine,
Zipp assured her friends as she hugged them both. I should have been more open about how I was feeling, she said before breaking the hug and looking at all her friends. So, you had a surprise for me?
Oh yeah!
Izzy suddenly remembered before she and Sunny moved out of the way to reveal what they made.
Ta-da!
The unicorn beamed. Okay, the exposure, what is it? Zipp looked at the new object her friends created, a small hoop that was suspended slightly off the ground, similar to the ones lions jump through in circuses. Even if we support you not going back up in the sky immediately, we still do want you to fly again, Hitch told her, so she can just practice in her own time, like it's nothing like out there outside, she's contained within the Bright House. I guess this works well enough.
It makes you a part of who you are, sis. You shouldn't lock that part away of you for good,
Pip added.
So we figured we'd give you something to help you slowly gain your confidence in flying back.
Sunny joined in.
Just practice flying through the hoop, and when you feel ready, we can add more to it until you're ready to try flying outside again.
Izzy finished before asking,
Do you like it?
so hold on, are they treating Zipp like a newborn puppy who's just like beginning to get really up on his feet and like jumping and leaping and like lying down and learning new tricks? So Zipp is essentially back to being a child within her mind. Oh my god, this is so smart. I love this stuff. Thank you very much. Zipp didn't respond with her words. Instead, she walked up to the hoop and spread her wings, surprising her friends at her boldness.
Wait, Zipp, you don't have to.
Pip tried to stop her sister before Zipp interrupted her. I want to do this, she told them before she gave her wings the first flap she gave them in a month. Her body started to lift off the ground before gravity seemed to pull it back down. But another flap kept the Pegasus in the air. Slowly, Zipp flapped her wings until she was level with the hoop. Then she adjusted her flapping so that instead of upwards, she went forwards and passed through the hoop with ease, coming to a land on the other side. She looked at her friends and told them, I love it! Her friends cheered in happiness and ran up to congratulate Zipp. Zipp, that was incredible! Yep, you took the words out of my mouth too, Sonny. Oh my god, that was just incredible to see. Like, just watching Zipp flapping her wings once again and successfully going through just that one hoop. It's kind of hilarious, but I'm proud of her nonetheless. It was just a small flight. Any Pegasus could do it, Zipp bashfully replied.
No, this was more than just a small flight,
Pip told her sister.
It was a massive leap for you, and how far you've come.
Zipp looked out of the window at the sky outside and smiled.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yep, it certainly was. Zipp is gradually regaining that confidence and bravery in flying again. Even if they have to start small all over again, she will get there eventually. But is that a good thing though? Because, you know, her evil self is still there, so maybe she's going to fall into the temptations again. I have a bad feeling about this. 3 weeks passed, and every morning when Zipp would wake up, she would fly through the hoop. Eventually, she started to fly through it more than once in the morning, and then she started also doing it in the afternoons and the evenings. Soon, she asked Izzy to raise the hoop higher, to which the unicorn quickly complied. She would then start asking for more hoops and have them lined up in a row. She then started to spread those hoops out more and into a maze, making it a challenge to fly through them all as fast as she could. Finally, one morning, Zipp decided she wanted a change in environment and went outside. Once there, she opened her wings and took to the sky. The feeling returned that she had been missing and avoiding for so long. Freedom! Nothing was holding her back at this moment. Her problems were on the ground where they belonged. All that mattered to Zipp right now was the feeling of the wind against her body. She looked down and saw her friends cheering for her, Pip no doubt live streaming the whole thing in her excitement. Of course you would want to get all of that on the clip trot, Pip, for the content. Zipp smiled at them before she started to loop around in massive circles and finished with a massive nosedive that flew her right past her friends, much to their excitement. As she flew up high, Zipp couldn't help but laugh. Before, she was afraid of freedom and what it might lead her into becoming. Now, she wouldn't give away this feeling for anything in the world. And she planned to keep it that way. Oh boy, FLUFFBUTTS, I am so immensely proud of Zipp in this chapter. She is slowly regaining her composure and her bravery to fly again, and the stuff that went on in this chapter, oh, it was an emotional roller coaster and a half. Now, I think I do remember me saying that I was going to be doing 2 chapters for each of these videos, but unfortunately, I had a quick look at the next chapter, Royalty Pains, and it turns out that it's over double the length of this chapter. 9,600 odd words. And if I even dared to try and put it in this video's length would be way too long and my throat would just die. I'm sorry. So perhaps for the next commission of Path to Peace, I will do Royalty Pains all in one video. And yeah, because it is almost 10,000 words. Like, Bloody hell, man. You are doing a splendid job with this fanfiction, but 9,000 words for one chapter. Blimey! Nevertheless, yeah, Return to the Sky. This chapter, I was in love with it, and I was adoring how colourful and descriptive each individual part was. And it almost felt like this whole chapter was an extended version of that one Tell Your Tale episode Zipp's yesterday. But I can definitely say that this chapter was a way better version than the episode itself. We've got the character drama between the girls and Zipp seeing her reflection everywhere in the night. Oh, that was creepy as fuck. We've got the character romance still intact between Hitch and Zipp. Yes, my heart is fulfilled. And we've got the character conflictions because, you know, the friends thought that they wanted Zipp to already get out there and flying already, but they didn't take into consideration the darkness that Zipp still holds in herself because, yeah, you don't want to really rush into anything, so just take your time. And that's what the friends did at the end by allowing Zipp to just gradually take baby steps and, yeah, just relearn everything again. Silly Izzy, though, with that nickname. You kickstarted this whole chapter, Izzy! This is all your fault! And also the deep stuff that happened in this chapter, especially when Zipp threatened to not just shave her wings, but actually them off. That was just crazy to read. And yeah, this does contain a content warning, so I can definitely see where that warning comes into play. But you FLUFFBUTTS surely understand that I have a big heart for that dark stuff in fanfics because I love the suspension, the tension, and the darkness, and just the overall explosiveness of action that goes on in these things. It's really intriguing for the most part, and I can probably say that Return to the Sky was one of the best chapters in this whole story. But of course, no, it doesn't outshine the previous two chapters that I read with the whole Zipp and Hitch stuff. Okay, you know I'm a sucker for all of that. I can't lie, I'm being biased there, but Return to the Sky, yes, a worthy successor. If I had to rank Return to the Sky, it's an 8 out of 10. Definitely one of the most solid chapters of Path to Peace, and I cannot wait to get started next time on Royalty Pains. That's gonna be a long day, FLUFFBUTTS, so be prepared for that. So, FLUFFBUTTS, don't forget to smash that like button down below and comment your thoughts as well on what you thought of this chapter, Return to the Sky, and subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this and many more content coming soon. And also, don't forget to leave a pledge on my Patreon page down in the description below so you can help support me in making these fantastic videos more consistently. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye! And just before this video ends, I want to give a huge thank you to all my patrons on my Patreon. My Silver FLUFFBUTT patrons, Sabrina Wade and Alex Smith, and all my Gold FLUFFBUTT patrons, Drew Lazinski, Clear Heart Apple, Jonathan Chapper, Darthsiler22, Owen Wildish, Stephen Cram, The Bluish Pony, and KikiBat VA. All of your love and support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.